The Hunter by T-Stash. Entry 1. The following in this journal are entries from my previous and current hunts. I'm still kind of new to this whole system. Sorry, I'll start from the beginning. I'm a hunter of the mythic, the monstrous, and the impossible. It sounds a lot cooler when the more experienced ones say it. I've had way too many close calls as of recently, and decided to write this in case I'm killed out there. If the entries stop coming, I'm still on the job, or assume the worst. Anyway, I've rambled on long enough in this entry. Entry 2. My first actual mission, I and 2 experienced hunters were each given a file for an unclassified beast. A forest notorious for Wendigo sightings had been littered with their carcasses. We were tasked with finding the cause of the sudden change of predator. Leaving within the hour, our destination would be the village next to the notorious forest, asking the locals about any information they might have. They directed us towards the center of the neighboring woods. They warned us not to go. Several of their own people had failed to return after sent to investigate. Warnings that fell upon deaf ears. We left early the next morning to catch our prey. Winter had started earlier than previous years, providing a perfect cover for predators of patience. Lying down beneath a foot of snow, freezing my ass off in the middle of what I like to call Wendigo Forest, we waited for any signs of our target. "Hey Scotch, you see anything yet?" a gruff voice asked over the radio. "Sorry, Texas, I got nothing. You sure this is where they were last spotted?" Texas responded, "Yeah, a couple of locals said they saw something walking around yesterday in the distance, covered in what looked like blood. It could be our culprit. How's the kid doing?" My slightly youthful voice joined the conversation. "I have a name, you know." "Sure you do," Scotch replied. "However, in this line of business, we go by nicknames. It helps with keeping hunts on the down low. You should know that." "Speaking of which," Texas started, "how'd you get your name, Scotch? That's my least favorite drink." A few seconds of silence passed before Scotch responded. "There was an outbreak of ghouls, or something in my hometown, infecting everybody. I was having a few shots at the bar before going to see my parents. I got buzzed and noticed some people didn't look right. It's pretty foggy after that. By the time some hunters got through dispatching the infected, I was found behind the bar counter with nothing but a shattered bottle of scotch protecting myself." I was silent, too amazed to reply. "So you never found out who started it?" Texas asked. "I don't really want to find out, to be honest. What about you?" Texas sighed deeply before responding. "I had a daughter. She was kidnapped in the Texas killing fields. In my rage, I tracked and killed every kidnapper I suspected of taking my little girl. Some of them weren't human. I doubt I found the one responsible for taking her. Not yet, anyway. Word got around and I was bailed out, only if I agreed to be a hunter. I figured I'd do something I'm good at. It beats the job I had before." Several seconds of silence passed while we absorbed Texas's story. "Hey kid, what happened to you?" Shuddering, trying not to remember what introduced me to this new aspect of the world. "I don't really remember. I couldn't if I tried." That was a lie. I hate thinking about it. I wish it never happened. A warm breeze began to pick up, interrupting our chat. Carried with the increasing wind was a voice as delicate as a lullaby. As if in a trance, we became unaware of our changing surroundings. The snow began to gradually melt, exposing wet grass and leaves. Newly exposed nature began to dry rapidly. The increasing heat drove us deeper into our subconscious. The voice grew closer, louder. A scorched leaf scraped my face, waking me from my trance. My eyes locking onto the source of the heat. I froze in shock. 15 meters away, a crimson figure steadily walked towards us. Her eyes seemed to twinkle, like sapphires glistening in the sunset. Her skin resembling the color of rust. Orange tribal tattoos covered her. Her hair the same bright orange like clouds of flames rolling down her back. Her presence sent waves of terror, while her soothing voice seemed to calm even the greatest of fears. A memory gnawed at the back of my mind, activated by the flaming siren before me. It was as if I remembered her. Her hands were inches away from my face. The heat must have finally woken up Texas. He shot her through her shoulder. Her soothing voice shifted into one of pain and rage, flames engulfing her entire body, burning the surrounding nature into coal and ash. Scotch pulled me off the ground, waking me from my dazed state. Putting some distance between us and the woman, we ran and hid in a nearby cave. The stench of rotting flesh hit my nose, and I almost vomited. Definitely a more preferable situation than the intense heat stroke outside. We've been here for quite some time. I don't know if it's night or day. The flames are still visible from the cave's entrance, providing an inconclusive light. I don't know what's going to happen. Scotch is looking for another exit, while Texas is going deeper into the cave to find the source of the rot. I don't know if we should stick close or split up. Until next entry. Hey guys, 4Shot by here. Hey guys, 4Shot by here. I want to thank you guys for watching yet another video. I know this one was shorter than usual, but this one was made by my buddy that I met on Nature's Tempers Discord, and he sent it to me through Google Docs, so you guys won't be able to find it on Reddit or anything. And so I just want to thank you guys. He got inspiration from I'm a guard at a secret security prison. I'm not sure the exact name of it, but it just generally by that name. So have a good night, everybody.